50th anniversary of the Piqua Alma Mater and Piqua Pep Song. The Alma Mater was written in 1933 by the Piqua Marching Band director Philip P. Gates. It was played for the first time at the end of the Piqua Fairmont halftime show. The athletic director at the time, Ray Moat, was so impressed he asked if there were lyrics. Moat made copies of the song lyrics and asked all students to memorize the words to sing at each football game. Tonight, we celebrate this great tradition that began 90 years ago. Please stand at this time and join senior football player and Piqua Show choir member Aiden Williams as he leads us all in the singing of the Piqua Alma Mater.
Oh, Alma Mater, Piqua High, our hearts all turn to thee. Thou inspiration of our lives, through all the time to be. The many lessons learned from thee will guide our footsteps right. May all thy days be filled with praise, and all thy ways be bright.
The Piqua Pep Song was also written by Philip P. Gates, with the lyrics being finalized by the Piqua Central High School principal, C.M. Sims. The Pride of Piqua would like to thank the Miami County Foundation for the grant they were awarded last fall. This allowed them to purchase the color guard football game uniforms that you see on the field tonight. Please welcome the 2023 OMEA State Qualifying Pride of Piqua Marching Band under the direction of Wyatt Hines, Mitch Mahaney, and Alex Acuna as they march down the field playing the Piqua Pep Song.
Now the Piqua Indians back home after 3 weeks on the road. A dominant win at Greenville. Tough loss against the very good Troy team. And then there was last week against a team that hadn't won since 2019, 27 losses in a row. But that final was Carrollton 14, Piqua 13. The Indians now 1-6, staring at a postseason that may not include them. Tonight, Piqua back home, taking on Xenia, a team that won its first 4 and now struggling on a 3-game losing streak. The matchup tonight, Piqua and Xenia. We have it for you here simulcast, 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and tape delayed on the Indian Nation station. I'm Tom Michaels, along with Brian Gillespie. And Brian, when you look at this, how did the Indians pick themselves up off the mat?
Well, I mean, you just can't figure out this team. It's been so much, there's always some little piece missing. There's always the detail that goes wrong, and then they end up losing. They played pretty well, in all honesty, against Troy, just not enough offense. They had a couple decent drives and an interception, and then they just got stopped on these close third downs. It's just, the difference, the minuscule difference between a winning team and a losing team. There's that razor's edge, and that edge has caught them and stabbed them every single time this year almost.
Well, and again, this is a team-wide situation. It's not any one individual. Last week, it was 14-13. Was Carrollton the win? So the winning point was the extra point as kicked by West Carrollton. It was a block on the extra point try for the Piqua Indians. So that's what I'm talking about. You can't blame that on the kicker. You can't blame that on any individual. Doggone thing just got blocked.
It's just a matter of execution. You know, in last year, those types of things went their way. And the year before, those types of things went there because they had veteran players executing like veterans. Right now, they've really struggled in this transition, losing 17 of 22 starters. We thought maybe by mid-season they'd look a little bit better, and they have improved, but they just haven't gotten over that hump. Tonight's another chance, though. They can now kind of embrace that role of spoiler because it's going to take a lot to get them to the postseason. Maybe they can knock Xenia down for a fourth loss in a row because that's a team coming in here with some struggles as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Xenia, kind of a weird situation for this program. 1 year ago, they ran the table during the regular season, 10-0, and then lost in the first round of the playoffs to Little Miami. So that was probably the biggest upset you had during the early part of the playoffs a year ago. And then this year, the 4 wins in a row, now the 3 losses in a row. What would be their mindset coming in?
Well, they're just in a dire situation when it comes to trying to get the good seeding. Because the farther you drop down in those seeds, it gets more and more difficult in round 1. And right now, Xenia's just looking for something to link onto, and they're hoping that they can catch this Piqua team down and out. But again, Piqua's going to have some ill will towards Xenia last year because after last year's game where they went to Xenia and got absolutely blasted in a huge game there at on Xenia's at Xenia Stadium. So I think Piqua's going to be focused tonight. Again, they got to have one of those nights where things just go their way. Maybe a turnover, maybe something crazy happens. Piqua has to have one of those nights where things just flow their way to get it.
Well, tonight is homecoming, so a lot of folks coming back in here as the annual homecoming weekend is upon us. Tomorrow night will be the homecoming dance here at Piqua. Also, it is the 90th anniversary of the Piqua Alma Mater and the Piqua Pep song. And earlier, the Alma Mater was sung a cappella by Aiden Williams, who is defensive end for the Piqua Indians football team. So
he did a heck of a job.
Yeah.
I know they never asked me to do that, but Aiden Williams did a great job with that, man. You talk about pressure. That's way more pressure on you than just going and trying to sack the quarterback.
Yeah, he did a beautiful job there. Let's go ahead and take a break here. A 4-minute break on radio, a break on TV as well. This is Piqua going against Xenia, and you're listening to it on 98.1 FM, 1570 WTTW, and the Indian Nation station.
Top name brands including Carhartt, Dickies, Adidas, Nike, and the North Face, just to name a few. We've lost any partnerships with renowned brands like Crocs, Hey Dude, Wright-Patterson Air Force Museum, Hartzell Propeller, and Piqua Steel Company. Atlantis has become a trusted name in the industry. Let us design your corporate embroidery, screen-printed apparel, and promotional products. At Atlantis, we can do any kind of fulfillment and packaging, from UPC barcodes, hang tags, to any specialized packaging. We can do it all.
Feel free to stop by and see Jenny and Brad at our Piqua location, 344 Fox Drive, Piqua, or check us out at atlantasports.com.
From the beginning of the process all the way to the end, everybody was professional, courteous, and timely. So thank you all very much.
If you are wanting to sell your home, look no further. The Kathy Haney team will get the job done for you.
Very pleased with the Kathy Haney team again. We've worked with them in the past. They've done us another great job, and we'll use them again.
I've been using Kathy Haney for probably about the last 10 years. buying and selling houses. She's absolutely incredible.
It's the first time we bought a home in 20 years, and it was a fantastic experience, and looking forward to getting in and being residents of Piqua.
We'd like to thank the Kathy Haney team and Kathy Haney for selling our house, for selling my mom and dad's house, my sister's house, my son's house. They are amazing.
I want to thank Kathy Haney and the RE/MAX team. They did a fantastic job. Couldn't be more happier with our purchase. Very excited about everything and looking forward to our new home.
Lemon Meringue is a floral boutique and plant shop located at 120 North Main Street in Piqua. Need flowers for your wedding, funeral, baby shower, or a special event? Lemon Meringue has you covered. Lemon Meringue is open Tuesday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. to 4, Saturday 10 a.m. to 2, and they're closed Sunday and Monday. For more information, call 937-726-0451 or visit them on Facebook. Mention this ad at checkout to receive 10% off your boutonniere or corsage for the school dance. Lemon Meringue is located at 120 North Main Street in Piqua.
Welcome to Morris Comfort Systems.
Morris Comfort Systems. We service all brands. Celebrating 30 years serving Miami County as your factory authorized carrier dealer. Visit us at morriscomfortsystems.com. No matter if it was a long day at work, home, the practice field, or you're just celebrating a big win with your teammates, the Piqua Little Caesars has you covered. Stop in for a $6.49 hot and ready pizza anytime. Your Piqua Little Caesars are proud sponsors of the Indian Nation Station and Piqua Athletics.
Back we come once again to Alexander Stadium, Perk Field, as we're moments away from the playing of our national anthem here. Tom Michaels, Brian Gillespie. Brian, as we get ready for this one tonight, homecoming. Does that raise the bar for the guys on the field?
Well, I think, it's got to bring some additional eyes to the field. Even though they've had a struggle and they haven't been able to win a lot of games this year, you get a little bit of a kick maybe in the rear end in front of a lot of the older folks that are coming back to support you, and maybe that gives them the juice they need to get over the top tonight.
Now the Xenia Buccaneers are making their way out of the locker room now. They'll be making their way to the far sideline coming up here in just a few minutes. A reminder, the girls soccer team got a solid win over Greenville on Wednesday night, defeating the Green Wave 4-0. Kendall Soto scored a couple of goals for the Lady Indians. Lexi Burrows and Cam Miklajewski each scored a goal. Audra Bean also credited with an assist in that game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
the Xenia Buccaneers making their way onto the field now as they have a banner across the way, and now And here come the Piqua Indians onto the field as they make their way out onto the turf here. Piqua coming in with just the one win this season. We're looking to see if this is a team that can get things going and perhaps still make the playoffs. But right now, they are well out of playoff position.
Well, they're in 21st place. They need to get up 5 spots, and frankly, it would take a lot for it to happen. If they win all 3 out, if they were to win out, which is highly unlikely, maybe not highly unlikely, they would get in almost surely. But even with 2 out of 3 wins, they're not getting a lot of points from one of those wins probably, so it's not ideal.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the field, our national anthem. The officials for tonight's game, the referee, Mark Thompson, linesman, Paul Cromwell, Eric Thompson will be the line judge, umpire, John Berger, back judge, Don Craig, and Peyton Thompson will be the center judge. Coin toss, Piqua won it. They deferred to the second half. So it'll be, once again, the defense going out there and trying to show what they can do. They have played relatively well for this season. And they're going to get their first crack at it here against a pretty doggone good Xenia offense, which is 7th in rushing with 1,050 yards in the NBL, but 4th in passing with 108 yards.
They've got a pair of nice running backs in senior Elijah Johnson and a pair of seniors, actually, Jace Jones as well. So look for number 5 and number 8 to get a good bit of their carries in this game. And their quarterback, Gavin McManus, he's a solid player as well. He won't be running it a lot, but he'll be putting it in the air a decent amount.
Joshua Heath will be kicking off for the Piqua Indians. Back deep, Juan Underwood and Zane Mercer will be the two here for the Xenia Buccaneers. Xenia will be working left to right here in the first quarter. Piqua in the dark blue uniforms with the white numerals, red trim. Meanwhile, white with the dark blue for Xenia, white helmets and white pants. And the ball is taken.
Jamari Scott on the return will be tackled near the Buccaneer 15-yard.
Try and pick up the number on that player who
and on the stop for the Indians,
had that. Yeah, we can't see who that was who had the run back here.
Looks like you only got back to the 16, so that's good for Piqua. Again, their defense has really been their strength. If you want to give them one strength, at least most consistent, if they can lean on their defense a little bit to get some stops, this will give Piqua's offense, which is really struggling, an opportunity.
Well, Gavin McManus, their quarterback, he's passed 84 completions out of 132 pass tries for 915 yards. He comes out there with Elijah Johnson as his running back. They'll send Aiden Solis from a wide receiver out, now receives a pass over on the far left side. He's working his way up that left side. Before he is forced out of bounds.
Number 11, Drake Owen with a tackle.
So that's going to be a first down here for Xenia as they get the ball out to the 28-yard line. The back again, Elijah Johnson. He's back there in a pistol formation, 2 wide to the left-hand side. Just underway here in the first quarter. Now they line up a tight end on the near side. They give it to Elijah Johnson. Johnson gets up close to the 30-yard line before he is taken down. Jaden Allen is in there on the stop for the Piqua Indians. Knows that a ball just touching the 30-yard line, so picks up a couple on then, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 8.
That's the key, is to keep them in long downs on 2nd and 3rd down to give the defense a chance. You don't want to give up big gashes on 1st down.
On 2nd down. They're going to give the ball. Johnson once again. He eludes 1 tackle, gets it across the 35-yard line, out to the 37. Players in on that one. Our singer, Aiden Williams, was one of those as well. Hayden Weigel coming up from his defensive tackle position. Now we get a flag.
Multiple players.
It's an illegal shift against the Xenia Buccaneers.
5 yards, still 2nd down.
So that's going to take the ball back, and they'll repeat 2nd down. They put the ball at the 25-yard line.
Now the key here is to limit them to just a few yards on 2nd down and long and put them in a real tough situation on 3rd down.
Just over a minute gone here. Empty backfield for the quarterback, Gavin McManus. He's got 2 split left, 3 to the right. He's going to keep the ball, take it right up the middle, and gets it back close to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. Actually, be about a yard short of that. That'll bring up a 3rd down now.
That's an interesting call in 2nd and long because they really haven't had a lot of success running with McManus this year, and that continued right there. Puts them in a real tough spot at 3rd and 10.
Yeah, McManus comes in minus 4 yards coming into this ball game. So now they've got Johnson, who's going to be lined up once again in a pistol formation. 2 split to the right, 1 to the left, tight end on the right side. Here's a pass down the field, and
pass is complete to number 7, Sean Fishwick. 1st down, Buccaneers. And on the coverage was number 11, Drake Owen.
So it's a 1st down here, and now we're going to have one of the Piqua Indians come in too quickly. Was he drawn off? We'll see. Nope. It's going to be against the Indians, so it'll be a 1st and 5 now. Ball spotted on the 49-yard line of Xenia. Once again, they're going to pass over on the left side. That ball is complete. They find a man over there on that far side in Jeremiah Hester. And it'll be another 1st down here for the Buccaneers.
They just keep moving the ball. They're not throwing, super long passes, but they're pretty efficient on those short little passes than pass and runs.
To the 43-yard line. Out of the pistol one more time, working from the left hash mark. And now they're going to switch up. They are going to bring Zane Mercer into the ball game now. He'll line up there. Split off to the right side. And out of this pistol formation, now looking over to the sideline is Gavin McManus. Calls out the play. They'll give it to Johnson, and Johnson is taken under right there. Hayden Weigel as well as Derek Jones there to stop him. So there'll be a slight loss on this play. Loses a couple. That'll be a 2nd and 12 coming up now for the Xenia Buccaneers. Now there's a wide out to the left, to the right, now in motion. One of those wide outs. They give it to Johnson again, bounces off one would-be tackler, comes to the outside. He's across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Up to get him was Owen Schaller for Piqua.
It looked like they had him, but they lost contain at the last second. He outran the defense east-west there, and they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage when they should have had him probably in the backfield.
So the ball at the 37. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. Tight end on the right side now for Xenia. Buccaneers going to pass over here on the near side. That ball is complete to Aiden Solis. Solis down now to the... Yeah, let's see where they spot the ball, but it's going to be a 1st down here for the Buccaneers. They got it to the 26-yard line.
Seems pretty easy. It's just, it's not real complicated for Xenia right now, and they're moving it right up the field.
Yep, and they're going to the air. They give it to the back. This time, that back is Jace Jones. He comes in there. Jace Jones, a 5'11", 195-pound senior.
And on the stop for the Indians, number 20.
And he'll pick up good yardage. Picks up about 8 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 2. 7:50 to go in the first quarter. No score. Xenia and Piqua. This is the first drive of the game for either team. Again, out of the pistol. One Underwood was man in motion. They'll give it to Johnson. Johnson powers his way ahead. And another 1st down here as they get the ball inside the 15-yard line down to the 14-yard line.
They run it right at them. I mean, they're not doing anything too complicated. Off tackle right, off tackle left, and they're having some success.
Aiden Solis in a slot left side. They've got Sean Fishwick as the wideout on that left side. Now they're going to line up with a couple of tight ends on the left. They'll give the ball to Johnson one more time. Nope. This time they give the ball to Jace Jones. And Jones will pick up maybe a yard. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Ball now at the 14.
Look like Aiden Williams made that tackle. He does more than just sing the alma mater. He gets a job done on the field as well.
So on a 2nd and 9, 6:42 to go in quarter number 1. No score. Looking on a pass that is tipped. Getting a hand on that one was Isaiah Martin, the defensive end, 6'5", 221-pound junior. Got the big mid up there and knocked that one away to bring up 3rd down.
Let's see if this Piqua defense could be a bend not break type scenario and put them in a weird spot here trying to either kick a field goal. We know how field goals go in high school football. It's not always a real high percentage opportunity.
Yeah, but their field goal kicker is 6 of 7 this year.
Well, that's good. That's good for them. It's just you never know what's going to happen. It's always a mystery at the high school level.
On 3rd down and 9. They'll pass it out in the left flat. Ball is complete to Juan Underwood, and Underwood is going to be taken down. In there to stop him was Gage Gamble, the 6'1", 201-pound senior linebacker, and that brings up 4th down.
Looks like they might be going for it here. They're trying to decide, I think. Still relatively long 4th down. This is about 5-ish yards. Oh, they called timeout, looks like.
So timeout is called. We'll take on radio a 30-second break. 6:06 to go in the first. No score. Xenia and Piqua here on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW and the Indian Nation Station.
From Channel 5 tomorrow at 1 p.m. Fans Tom Michaels and Brian Gillespie will be calling the action on the Indian Nation Station, Piqua Channel 5.
Oh, here in the first quarter, no score. Xenia and Piqua. Timeout called by Xenia as they are on the march. They have a 4th and 5 that they're facing. The ball is down just outside the 10-yard line. Looks like it's between the 11 and the 10. They come out and
looks like they're going for it.
They're going for it. 2 wide to the right. 2 tight ends on the right side, on the left hash mark. They're going to throw over here on the near side. That ball is complete. They get it to Aiden Solis. And that's going to be a first down to the 1-yard line. So first and goal to go from the 1 for Xenia here. Inside 6 to go in the first quarter.
He threw that into a tight window there, but it was able to get it to Solis in the middle of the field somehow.
Elijah Johnson is the back here in the pistol, and he finds a big hole, just takes it on in on the 1-yard touchdown.
Number 5, Elijah Johnson, with the touchdown.
For Juan Underwood, that is his 2nd touchdown of the year. I should say Johnson, that is his 11th. So Elijah Johnson with that one. Now coming on for the kick. Sean Leonard, who is 14 of 15. The holder is Aiden Solis. The kick is up. It is through the upright. 7-0 Xenia with 5:37 left to go in our opening period. We'll be right back after this here on 98.1 FM 1570 WPTW and the Indian Nation Station. Sean Leonard to kick it off now for Xenia. And the ball is going to go through the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Piqua Indians.
Kickoff through the end zone for a touchback.
7-0 here. Xenia with the lead on Piqua. 5:37 left to go in the first quarter.
Just a very important drive to kind of, see where that Piqua offense is, because they've just struggled so much to score points, and they've got to get going early in this one, because clearly the defense struggled to stop Xenia.
Kai Warner, the quarterback, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. They give it to the back, who gets about 5 yards on the play. That is Jericho Burns. Jericho coming in with over 500 yards rushing here during the 2023 season. He gets the ball down, actually picked up 6 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 4 here. Once again, Jericho Burns does some dancing. He's got the first down. He's met by a whole lot of white shirts there, including Lewis Freeman, a defensive lineman, 6'2", 215-pound sophomore. So first down for Piqua here.
That was a nice jump cut there by Burns to get, the right side was pretty filled with white shirts. He was able to jump cut and get away from that defense and get enough for the first down.
Ball at the 32-yard line of the Indians. They look over here to the near sideline to pick up the offensive signals. Again, Jericho Burns the back, and before we get things going, we're going to have the flags a-flying here. It is going to be a false start against the Indians. That'll take it back 5. It'll be a 1st and 15.
those type of things get you, off schedule. You can't. This offense of all offenses cannot afford to get off schedule and behind, with the 1st and 15 as much as they've struggled.
Yeah, coming in from the sideline with the play, Kai Warner. Split to the near side. Carson Hawk, Tate Coleman inside him, man wide to the right as well. This time it's going to be Kai Warner keeping the ball. Kai Warner is going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Looks like they gave him the 31 and they knocked him backwards a little bit. Looks like they ended up spotting it at the 31. Which is a nice benefit for Piqua there.
Trenton Lee, the defensive back, 5'11", 175-pound senior with the stop for Xenia. That'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Carson Hawk, the lone wide out to the left side. 2 men split right. Working from the left hash mark. They'll give it to Jericho Burns. Burns finds a bit of a hole. Gets it across the 35, now out to the 38-yard line. Taken down by Cecil Piner, the linebacker. So that'll bring up a 3rd down now. 3rd down and, long 4, short 5 here. 3 minutes to go here in the quarter. They'll give it once again. It's going to be Jericho Burns down the left sideline. Jericho Burns is finally shouldered out of bounds. Coming through with the stop, that's Karen Rackley, freshman. They've got a number of players who have not had a whole lot of playing time here this year, who we're seeing early for Xenia. But it'll be a first down for the Indians.
Another nice run there by Burns off the left side. They've had some success on the left tackle tonight.
Ball at the 36-yard line. Jericho Burns. He'll find another hole and is down to the 31 on a 1st and 10.
Handoff goes to Jericho Burns.
Nice pickup there. And he's going to pick up 5 yards on that one to bring up a 2nd and 5. 2:22 left to go. First quarter, 7-0 Xenia.
This would be a nice, reply to that opening Xenia drive if Piqua can get in the end zone on this one.
Ball at the 31-yard line of the Buccaneers. Out of the gun. Kai Warner's going to keep it. Kai Warner's going to find a hole. Kai Warner's down to the 25-yard line.
Warner, your ball carrier.
It'll be a first down Piqua here. So Piqua now moving the ball. As they trail at 7-0 inside 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Xenia did give up 43 points last week, so they've had a tendency to give up some points recently. They've been struggling defensively.
Zayden Allen comes in as the back now. He lines up off the left hip. Kai Warner in off the left hash mark. Warner's going to keep it. Warner is going to try to elude one tackle. He does, and then gets it down close to the 20-yard line.
Fishwick with the tackle.
Kai Warner with a nice pickup of 5. That'll bring up now a 2nd and 5.
Coaches must have seen something on their film study on that left side that they could take advantage, because they are just pounding the left side of the line right now.
Zayden Allen continues there as the back. He's going to take the ball now and going to be wrapped up. Coming through Ronnie Butler to stop him. So just a marginal gain for the Piqua Indians on that one to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 5.
Question is, do they pop a little pass in here, or do they keep handing this thing off the left tackle? You probably go with what's been working, but you don't want to put yourself in a 4th down spot either.
Jericho Burns now in there as the back. He's off to the left hip of quarterback Kai Warner. Up on the line, just off the line, is Carson Mars at an H-back. They'll give it Jericho Burns. Burns takes it to the outside, gets it down to the 15, the 16-yard
might be
line.
a little short. They're might have a short fourth down here.
Yeah, he's going to be about a yard short. It'll be a 4th and 1 coming up here for Piqua. Xenia with that 7-0 lead. 13 seconds to go, first quarter.
My money's on a run off left tackle. That's where they've been going repeatedly. Might be a quarterback keeper here.
It's going to be Kai Water. Water gets the first down, keeps turning the legs. He's down to the 13-yard line before he is wrapped up there by Trenton Lee. So first down for Piqua with just 6 seconds to go. The clock is going to run off, and that is going to do it for our first quarter of play. Xenia with a 7-0 lead. Piqua on the march back after this break. 1 minute here on 98.1 FM 1570 WPTW and the Indian Nation Station.
Alumni of Distinction serves to recognize and honor individuals who inspire present-day K-12 students to establish goals for their future through their achievements. Each year, 3 alumni members are inducted into the Alumni of Distinction. Yesterday, we honored all 3 recipients, Dr. Clark, Scott Foster, and Charles Skip Vossler. Joining us tonight is Scott Foster and his family. Please give a warm round of applause as we recognize him for his dedication to the youth of Piqua. To make a nomination, please visit piqua.org/alumni.
Piqua Indians come out here on the march. They trail at 7-0 to Xenia as we begin the second quarter of play. Working from the far hash mark, Carson Hawk split wide to the left. It's going to be Kai Warner, bounces off one man, bounces off another, tries to come to the outside. He is going to be run out of bounds right about the 17-yard line.
That didn't work out so well.
No.
He looked like he ran backwards 5 yards.
Kai and Warner, your ball carrier.
But that is the first in this march that didn't work out for Piqua. A loss of 3, so it'll be a 2nd and 13 coming up here.
I think you're going to see a lot of bodies being moved into that area off the left tackle there for Xenia, trying to stuff that area, trying to jam it and force them to go elsewhere.
Roman Medley, the wide out to the right, split left. Carson Hawk in the slot. Tate Coolman. The back again, Jericho Burns. Burns will get the ball. He finds a hole and is able to get it down to about the 13-yard line, where he is taken to the turf. Coming up, Cecil Piner, the linebacker. That'll bring up 3rd down now.
3rd and long. I wonder if they'll put it in the air on this one.
It's they got it back to the original line of scrimmage, which is there at about the 13-yard line. So again, working from the near hash mark, 2 left, 1 right. It's going to be Kai Warner. Warner finds running room. He gets it down close to the 5-yard line before he is out of bounds.
Kai and Warner, your ball carrier.
And he is just about a yard short of the first down. So once again, Piqua with a 4th down here. They converted earlier. And we'll see with the ball on the 5-yard line, they need to get it down past to the 4. Kai Water. Again, Zayden Allen is the back. Kai Water is going to get the first down and get it down to the 2-yard line.
Ball carrier, flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. He's taken down by Torian Hill, the outside linebacker. It's going to be a hold
on the offense
against Piqua.
10 yards, still 4th down.
Oh, that's a big hold right there on 4th down. Puts you in a tough spot.
Yep. So they're going to try for the field goal here. On for Piqua, Joshua Heath. He is 2 of 3 on field goals this year. Ball spotted at the 22. It's up, and it is good. 11 minutes left to go in the first half. Xenia's lead now cut to 7-3. And we'll be back right after this 30-second break here on 98.1 FM 1570 WPTW.
Number 5, Elijah Johnson, and number 21, Zane Mercer, are deep for the Buccaneers.
After the field goal, it's 7-3. Xenia leading Piqua, 11 minutes to go in the first half. Joshua Heath gets ready to kick it off left to right as he puts this one in the air, and it is going to just barely bounce into the end zone. There to down it was Elijah Johnson. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. That is where Xenia is going to take over here, 1st and 10. It's got to be a little bit disconcerting that you weren't able to get that ball in, but they got points.
Points is better than no points, but at the same time, you had 4th and 1, 2, and you had an easy first down there, and then it gets called back. And it's just kind of how the season is gone. The little things like that cost you. Hopefully the defense can pick up, and play better than they did that first drive.
Xenia working from the right hash mark. Send a man in motion. They'll give it to the back. This will be Johnson. Johnson gets around a couple of players and is finally going to be taken down, but he picks up about 8 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 2.
Those inside runs have been very effective for Xenia so far. They're just grinding out the inside of the defense of Piqua.
So split to the near side is Aiden Solis. In the slot, looked like Elijah Johnson. Nope, Johnson is the back. Johnson's going to get the first down as he takes it to the far side, cuts the corner, and is forced out of bounds. He goes out there at the 32-yard line, 33-yard line, as they spot the ball on the far hash. And in the slot on the near side is Juan Underwood. On the near side, you got Aiden Solis split left. One man split right, now in motion. Out of the pistol. They give it to Jace Jones this time, who is in there running back. He'll pick up about 5 to bring up a 2nd and 5.
Tell you what, both those running backs are a handful. They run hard up inside those tackles.
And Jace Jones, 68 carries this year for 254 yards. They spread it around quite a bit. Inside 10 minutes to go first half. 2nd and 5 coming up from the far hash out of the pistol. Quick hitter over on the far side. The ball is complete. Get that one out there to Caden Jenkins, just a sophomore. He gets the first down. As the ball is out and spotted at the 44-yard line.
It seems that Piqua's getting a lot of hands on these guys, but they just can't. They're just not getting them down. Those tackles, they got to clean up their tackling.
Yeah, the best game we've seen them tackle thus far this year was the game against Troy. They were making really good, solid tackles. Once they got to a guy, he was going to be got. Here goes Johnson out of the backfield. He's across the 45 to the 46. In to stop him, Owen Schaller, the linebacker.
It just seems like the Xenia backs are getting ahead of steam, and Piqua's just getting kind of railroaded through for an extra 2 or 3 yards on every play, and that's not going to cut it tonight.
Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. Ball at the 46-yard line. Little quick hitter out here on the near side. They find Sean Fishwick, the wide receiver, 6'1", 165-pound sophomore. He'll pick up no yardage on the play. The ball is at the 46. It'll be a 3rd and 7 once again.
Now that time Zayden Allen roped him and got him down, and that's the type of, solid tackling they need. They need to cut down on those yards after contact.
Just inside the near hash at the 46-yard line, their own for Xenia. Empty backfield now for quarterback Gavin McManus. McManus looking over the middle, and that ball is caught. Nice catch that time by Aiden Solis.
Pass is complete to
Several
Aiden
players
Solis.
in there on the play. We got a flag, though, in the backfield. It's going to be a holding call coming up here against Xenia. It's going to take it back.
So this time Xenia gets caught with the hold on a big first down. Let's see if this will cost them like it cost Piqua on the last drive.
They take the ball back to the 36-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down. 3rd down is real low. Inside 8 minutes to go.
If you're Piqua, you got to get off the field in this play. 3rd and 17, you got to make a play.
3 split right. 2 to the near side. Now the quarterback keeps it. McManus is going to be dragged down from behind by Owen Schaller at the 42-yard line. So did not get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, it's definitely not his specialty running with the ball, so that plays into the advantage. If they can flush him from the pocket and get him to run with it, that's an advantage Piqua.
And that is going to bring the punting unit
to punt for the Buccaneers
on here. Hunter standing back there at his own 28-yard line, gets this one away. And it bounces back all the way to the 45-yard line. Had to wait just a second to see as that one was kind of acting like a video game there.
That's a heck of a bounce backwards, man. I thought that probably bounced a good 8-10 yards the other direction. I'm surprised one of those Xenia players didn't dive on it and try to stop its momentum, because that's a wild bounce.
It's at the 46-yard line, their own for Piqua. They'll go with 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Jericho Burns the back. Jericho Burns takes the ball, takes it right up the hash mark now.
Jericho Burns.
Jericho Burns picks up 2 yards on that one. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 during 6.5 minutes to go here in a very fast-moving first quarter.
We're already in the second quarter. That's how fast-moving it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, that is crazy. There's only 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yep.
It's been by like a blink of an eye.
Should have said first half. So now here on a 2nd and 8. Jericho Burns once again. Burns falls forward. And he'll get it there across midfield down to the 49-yard line to bring up a 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, those referees in the middle there, those guys, they deserve hazard pay as much as they get beat up down there, right by those linebackers.
So a 3rd down and 5 now for Piqua. Man in motion. It's going to be Kai Warner keeping the ball, and he is going to be dragged down right there at midfield.
Kai and Warner, your ball carrier.
Getting a hand on him that time. Once again,
We tackled near the line of scrimmage, number 33, Cecil
we see Cecil Piners called his name several times.
And 6 for the Indians.
And that brings up 4th down. So the Piqua Indians
for the Buccaneers, number
going to bring
21,
on the
Zane
punting unit,
Mercer.
and that'll bring on one Hayden Barker, averaging about 38 yards per punt this year. He's standing back at his own 35-yard line. 5:03 left to go here in the first half. Ball is going to be taken back at the 15-yard line and immediately hit. That was Zane Mercer. Mercer, one of the top run back guys for this team. He only got about a 7-yard average on return. Didn't even get that on that one. Ball will be spotted at the 17-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Xenia Buccaneers.
That was great coverage by Zayden Allen on that punt. Yeah, he's probably one of the surest tacklers on this team, and he definitely did that on the punt right there.
They'll give it to the back. That's Johnson. Elijah Johnson will pick up yardage across the 20, down to around the 22-yard line.
Legal motion, it looks like.
Legal shift.
Legal shift.
Offense,
Yep.
2 players in motion, do not come set.
So the illegal shift.
5 yards, still 1st down.
So they're going to repeat 1st down, and they're going to take the ball back. And it is going to be spotted at the 17-yard line. 13-yard line, excuse me. I should uncross my eyes before I get started. So here on the 1st and 15, they're going to pass over in the right flat. And it is complete. And get the ball over for Sean Fishwick.
Rayshawn Garrett.
He's been a target a couple of times here tonight. He's lining up as the wideout on the right side.
That got him back that 5 yards plus another. So that gets him within, a reasonable 2nd down yardage here.
2nd and 9. Inside 4 to go, 1st half. Tom Michaels, Brian Gillespie, our entire crew here. Out of the pistol. Again, they're going to throw the short pass right over the middle this time. And it is complete with an Aiden Solis. Solis, who came into the game with 13 receptions for 135 yards and a touchdown. This 6-foot, 175-pound senior is one of the best as far as the Xenia Buccaneers are concerned. As far as pass catching, ball out to the 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Less than 3.5 minutes to go in the 1st half. Again from the pistol. 2 wide left, 1 right, man in motion. Left to right. Going to give it to Johnson again. And Johnson's not going to get anything. He is wrapped up, hog-tied, and put to the turf.
Like Owen Schaller in there on that tackle.
Also there, Derek Jones. So he loses a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. Ball now resting at the 35-yard line.
Keep an eye on this Xenia passing game. They throw a lot of passes right over the middle. If those linebackers can get some depth, they could get a pick on one of these plays.
Look at the pass, now does. Gets it over here on the near side, complete. Found Caden Jenkins. Jenkins gets good yardage after the catch across the 50 down to the 48-yard line.
That was a sneaky little pass there. I'm not sure if that was part of the plan. Do you come into thinking you're running and then you throw it? But, man, it had Piqua. They weren't there, and then big run by the tight end.
So on a 1st and 10. Again, we go with the running back. This time it's Jace Jones. So they're having Jones and Johnson kind of split time at the running back position.
With the tackle.
He'll pick up 5 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5. Less than 2 minutes to go.
Way this clock's running. I don't know that Piqua can get the ball back this half. Not likely.
Amazingly few possessions here in this one. Here's a pass. It is for a 1st down to Aiden Solis. Solis down across the 30 to the 28-yard line.
He had either one of his receivers. The tight end was wide open over on the right, but Solis was farther down. McManus got a nice little arm here. He's pretty on target with his throws.
So 1st and 10, 1:26 to go. in the first half. Ball at the 28-yard line, working for the right hash mark. One man wide left, two to the right. Now a man in motion on that far side. They're going to give it to the back. This is a different back who takes it down across the 10 to about the 6-yard line. And with the carry, it's Isaiah Credit, who's only rushed some 5 times this year. That was his 6th rush of the year. And that's for a first down. It'll be first and goal to go from the 8.
First and goal.
Credit's got some wiggle to him. He might be their speed back going forward here. He's a little lighter more speed and a little lighter than their other 2 guys.
Timeout.
Okay, we're going to take a break here. Timeout, 30-second break. 7-3, Xenia leading Piqua. 55 seconds to go in the half. On 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation Station.
Lexi Burrows and Cam Michael Ajewski each kicked in 1 goal. Audrey Bean gets credited for an assist. Goalkeeper Devea Cooper was outstanding, earning 9 saves. The team will host Troy at Wirt Stadium at 7:15 next Wednesday night for the final regular season home game. The Piqua Athletic Department would also like to thank the many sponsors of the program and video board this season. Their support allows Piqua to showcase one of the best programs in the state of Ohio. Thank you, Piqua, for supporting our athletes.
Opening half, 7-3 Xenia. The Buccaneers, they're threatening once again with the ball on the 8-yard line of Piqua. At halftime, the homecoming activities here. Piqua the first one to come out of the sideline huddle here with the timeout.
Xenia has some flexibility on this inside the 10-yard line here because they have 2 timeouts, so they can throw the ball without any, or they can run it here if they want to.
McManus at the quarterback. Jace Jones is going to take the ball and going to slip right there at the line of scrimmage. Nobody even touched him, and he goes down. That'll bring up a 2nd and goal to go from the 8. Clock continues to roll now.
Xenia's happy with just squeezing that clock as much as they can. They're putting a lot of pressure on themselves right now, letting that run down.
They've got a couple of timeouts.
You'd think that they'd call one of those timeouts after that play, but they've decided to let it run down.
Elijah Johnson back in as the running back. He'll take the ball, tries to bounce to the outside, gets to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be wrapped up there. In on the stop, Hayden Weigel is one of those. And the clock now stops with 11 seconds to go, and timeout is called by the Xenia Buccaneers. Let's take a break here. 7-3 with 11 seconds to go in the half. 7-3 Xenia leading on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation Station.
Harmony Systems is a manufacturing company that has been a staple in the Piqua community for nearly 30 years. The most recent milestone was the acquisition of a second facility that is roughly 100 yards away from the main plant. This location will allow for Harmony's continued growth and success. Harmony has over 60 molding machines and 225 employees, and we're still looking to expand. We offer competitive wages and a benefits package that includes access to a medical provider within walking distance at no cost to the employee. Come join our team and help make great plastic products.
And we come out here, out of the timeout, 11 seconds to go in the half. It'll be a 3rd and goal to go for Xenia. Buccaneers lead Piqua 7-3. Xenia working the right hash mark. They've been stopped at the line of scrimmage here on the first 2 plays. Elijah Johnson is the back in the pistol. They're going to load everybody up on the right side, up on the line. They're going to give the ball. Johnson is going to be taken down at the 10-yard line, and quickly a time is called.
Timeout, Xenia, their final timeout.
And that is going to be the final timeout of the half for Xenia. as they call it there. We'll keep it right here. 7 seconds to go.
I'll tell you what, that's an odd decision there to, first of all, to let the clock run down to 11 seconds, and then you run down and you've got a third and goal from like the 9, and you run off tackle with a lot of bodies in the box. I'm not sure what Xenia's thought process is. Maybe they're trusting their defense and they know they can stop them. But now you're at 4th and goal. You're all the way on the right hash, which isn't ideal that close to the end zone when you're trying to kick it. You know, if they make the field goal, good for them. But they could have got 7 there, and they chose not to throw the ball. And they've been very successful getting the ball up the field, throwing the ball.
Sean Leonard on to do the kicking here. It'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt.
He's going to ice him.
Timeout, Piqua.
Actually, it's going to be a 28-yarder because they're going to spot the ball, looks like, at the 28, at the 18-yard line. So now Piqua calls a timeout. And this kicker, Sean Leonard, came into the game 6 of 7 on field goals. And this one is not all that long a one, but he's going to be kicking it at an angle from the right hash.
And, you know, from a little further out, the right hash isn't too bad, but when you're getting in close to the goal line like that, the right hash, any hash, can make it a little challenging to kick field goals, especially for guys that are high school kickers versus a college kicker.
So with the 4th and goal, they're kicking the field goal, making the attempt here. 7 seconds to go. 7-3, Xenia leading Piqua.
Really a 28-yard field goal. That's my bad. 28 yards.
So with the 28-yard attempt, ball down. It's a line drive. It is no good. So with 3 seconds to go, Xenia's lead stays at 7-3. And now the Piqua Indians will have one play if they want it.
I'll tell you what, there you go. You know, there's no guarantees for kickers in high school football. That's why I thought it was so odd that they ran the ball 3 times in a row from inside the 10-yard line when they'd thrown the ball right down the field. So that's a breath of fresh air. Piqua gets a start with the ball in the second half. You've just given Piqua life.
Yep, so Piqua will have the ball at the 20-yard line. So we'll see what they plan to do here, whether they would go for the Hail Mary or whether they would just go ahead, take the knee, and take just the 4-point deficit. And it looks like they're just going to take the knee. And that's exactly what they do with Kai Water there. So that'll do it for our first half of play. Well, the Piqua Indians again, they only had the ball a couple of times, including that last time, 3 times. And they come away with a field goal, but the defense comes up strong, 7-3, Xenia with the lead. We're going to take on radio a 4-minute break here, and when we come back, we'll have our halftime activities for you here on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation Station.
Have you heard of This and That Candy on Main in downtown Piqua? It's for kids of all ages. If they don't have it, they don't make it. This and That Candy on Main has your favorite retro candy. You know, from when you were a kid. There's a selection of 165 glass bottle sodas and 84 kinds of saltwater taffy. Retro toys, they've got them too. This and That Candy on Main, 408 North Main Street. Find them on Facebook or call 937-541-2201. If we don't have it, they don't make it.
Welcome to Piqua High School's homecoming celebration. Midnight in Paris. At this time, please welcome our homecoming Queen and King candidates. Our first Queen candidate is Brooklyn Black. Brooklyn is the daughter of Monica and Josh Kemp. While at PHS, Brooklyn has cheered for 4 years. She was also a member of Link Leaders for 1 year, and she participated in Big Brothers Big Sisters. She's enrolled in the Health Careers Academy. After graduation, Brooklyn plans to study health sciences at the University of Tampa. Brooklyn's escort this evening is King candidate Jordan Barty. Jordan is the son of Jeanette Booker. While at PHS, Jordan has been a member of Hope Squad, Student Council, Saga, and Musical. He also serves as student mentor for the Indian Trail Coffee Shop. Outside of school, he has volunteered at the Piqua Public Library. After graduation, Jordan plans to attend a 4-year college majoring in music or musical performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Brooklyn Black and Jordan Barty. Queen candidate number 2 is Allie Cathcart. Allie is the daughter of Maggie Prine and Ryan Cathcart. While at PHS, Allie has been a member of Art Club, Spanish Club, Link Leaders, Big Brothers Big Sisters, varsity cheerleading, varsity track, and soccer. After graduation, Allie plans to attend college majoring in international business. Allie's escort this evening is Quentin Bachman, who's filling in for King candidate Carson Hawk. Carson is the son of Holly and Cletus Hawk. While at PHS, Carson has played football and he has ran track. After graduation, Carson plans to attend college majoring in physical therapy. Ladies and gentlemen, Allie Cathcart and Carson Hawk. Our third Queen candidate is Summer Dosick. Summer is the daughter of Jeremy and Kelly Dosick. While at PHS, Summer has been a member of Winter Guard for 5 years, Color Guard for 4 years, Women's Chorus for 4 years, Concert Choir for 1 year, Show Choir Crew for 2 years, and she helped teach younger student flags for 2 years. Outside of school, Summer has volunteered at the Bethany Center, Marching Band Camp, and Winter Guard competitions. She has held a job throughout high school, and after graduation, Summer plans to attend Edison State Community College to earn a business degree. Summer's escort this evening is King candidate Joe Hepner. Joe is the son of Jamie and Jamie Hepner. While at PHS,
and back once again, we come to Alexander Stadium, Perk Field, halftime. It is 7-3. Xenia Buccaneers leading the Piqua Indians. Right now we have our homecoming announcements going on the field. Doug Hammond's doing yeoman service there as we take a look at what we saw in the first half. Again, the defense came up fairly strong. Kind of a questionable situation there at the end as far as the clock management for the Xenia Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there because I mean they went right down the field on Piqua and they were able to throw the ball consecutively very successfely. They have been running the ball pretty well as well, but they got inside the 10 and it was like shutdown mode, and they didn't really have enough time to go into shutdown mode and just hand the ball off and run. It was almost like they were afraid of Piqua getting the ball back, but Piqua's offense hasn't been scaring many people this year. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense to how they handled it, and then they got themselves in a weird field goal space because they're all the way on the right hash, in tight to the end zone with a 28-yard field goal. The guy kicks it really low, and they got a touch on it. So you know, I mean, there's no guarantees with high school kickers, and they saw that right there, and then you know that breathed some air right into Piqua's lungs when they could have been down 14-3 going into half.
Well, and kind of a microcosm of what we've seen for the Piqua Indians this year. Defense playing pretty well overall. And then offensively, they were able to move the ball, but once they got it down into within the 20-yard line, once again, a huge holding call, which took the ball back. And then they had to settle for the 3 points on the field goal there by Joshua Heath.
Yeah, I mean, they got going really well off left tackle. I mean, they saw something on video they must have, and they were just running left. Jericho Burns, 9 carries for 60 yards. He was popping it almost 7 yards per carry. And that's good stuff. They have not thrown the ball a single time, which they haven't necessarily had to, but on one of those, they only had a couple drives. Maybe pop one throw and catch them off balance, because the second drive they had, they kept trying to run it. And now Xenia's sitting on that run, maybe you have to throw it a couple times to keep them off balance. They did not do that in the first half. Meanwhile, Xenia had a couple different rushers. They had a lot of guys. They actually had 4 different guys carry the ball, led by Elijah Johnson, 13 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown. So not a huge average, but he got his touchdown. Isaiah Credit, who they mixed in there towards the end, got 1 carry for 20 yards. He's probably their speed guy. But the number I look at is Gavin McManus at quarterback, 12 of 13. Very efficient, reminds me of Uhl from last year from Piqua. 12 of 13 for 122 yards throwing the ball. Aiden Solis has been open all night, 5 catches for 65 yards, and that's really where they're getting them, is on those. They're just able to throw the ball around the field. That's why it didn't make sense to me at the end of the first half, why you've been able to throw wherever you want, whenever you want, and then you just drum it down to hand off. 2 of their guys slipped before ever being hit on 2 of those 3 plays. So Piqua didn't even have to do anything, and they got out of that with getting a blocked field goal because it was so low.
Well, the biggest difference to me between what we saw, the numbers looked much similar between McManus, the Buccaneers quarterback, and last year, Brady Uhl. The difference is Brady Uhl tended to do that far down the field. I mean, I rarely have seen somebody in high school who has been able to throw on target as much as he was able to, stretching out the field like that. Meanwhile, these have mostly been just little, I won't call them dig passes, but they have not been long passes by any stretch of the imagination.
It's probably about 8 to 10 yards max, and they're hitting him over the middle. If the linebackers get some more depth, I think that they could turn him over, because I feel like he makes his decision pretty early on those inside throws. They just haven't got some depth, and they've been able to get open. They've got to get Solis under control if they're going to have a chance to win this game.
Well, on TV, we will continue to watch the homecoming ceremony down on the field. And on radio, we're going to take a 4-minute break. We'll be back right after this. It's 7-3 at halftime. Xenia leading Piqua here on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW.
Our final Queen candidate is Ella Rojas. Ella is the daughter of Michael and Jackie Schaefer. While at PHS, Ella has been a member of the varsity soccer team, varsity track team, varsity dive team, and honor roll. She is enrolled in the Health Careers Academy, and outside of school, she has participated in Young Life. She has helped with the junior high soccer camps, and she is a lifeguard at the Piqua YMCA. After graduation, Ella wants to earn a 4-year degree at UC, majoring in pediatric nursing. Ella's escort this evening is Mickey Anderson, who is filling in for King candidate Kyan Warner. Kyan is the son of Nicole Hudson and Jason Warner. And while at PHS, Kyan has played football for 4 years, basketball for 3 years, and 2 years of track. Outside of school, he has helped with youth football camp for 3 years, and he ran the scoreboard for flag football. After graduation, Kyan plans to play college football and major in business. Ladies and gentlemen, Ella Rojas and Kyan Warner. And finally, we have the reigning homecoming queen, Jordan Atkins. Jordan is the daughter of Joy and Chris Atkins. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your homecoming candidates for the year 2023. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. The 2023 Piqua High School homecoming queen is Rhea Evans. Congratulations, Rhea. Let's give her, the queen in her court, a big round of applause.
Buffalo Wings and Rings in Piqua is located at 989 East Ash Street. They have 45 TVs to watch all the live sports that you could imagine and offer a wide variety of food options. From burgers to wings, nachos, and yes, the pretzel bites, there's something for everybody. Stop by the Piqua Wings and Rings location before the game to get fueled up for the competition and after for the celebration.
And back here on homecoming night at Alexander Stadium, Perk Field, as homecoming activities have been concluded. And the Xenia Marching Band is the one that's going to be able to perform coming up here at halftime. Tom Michaels, along with Brian Gillespie, and Brian, you got some scores there.
Yeah,
I did.
You shocked me. I was just excited for for Rhea Evans, one of my students who just won homecoming queen. So that's good news. She's a great kid. Butler at a half leads Sydney 21-0. That's kind of a surprise that Sydney's been shut out there. Right now, from what I can see, Troy was up early in the second quarter on Stebbins 21-0. And then Tip was leading at the end of the first quarter, which is probably a little bit of an old score now, but Tip was leading West Carrollton 21-6. So it seems like 21 is the number of the night here.
Well, taking a look at some of the other things going around with Indians athletics, the boys soccer team took down Greenville as well on Tuesday night. That in dominant fashion, 11-1. All six seniors found the back of the nest. Who's writing this? The back of the net. With Quentin Bachman scoring 4 goals, Logan Thompson kicking in 2, Ty Pettis, Brandon Kohler, Max Kay, and Josh Heath all scoring 1 goal for the Indians. Josh Heath, of course.
Yeah, doing double duty, getting a goal and kicking off for kicking for the football team.
And the team is hosting Troy in the final home game of the season coming up on Tuesday. That'll be at Wirt Stadium at 6 o'clock. Special congratulations to Max Kay for breaking the school record for most assists in a game on Wednesday night when he was credited with 4 against Greenville. The boys cross-country team, well, they've had a great season thus far, winning 3 first-place trophies throughout this 2023 campaign. The team qualified for the large Centerville Saturday Night Lights meet last weekend, performed well. Junior Noah Berg finished 3rd overall, just missing first place by a couple of seconds. against some of the top runners in the state of Ohio and Kentucky. The boys and girls will host the MVL Championships coming up next Saturday morning. Alexander Stadium, first race starting at 9 a.m. Special congratulations to the junior, Noah Berg, for breaking the school record 2 weeks ago at Cindy's Invite with a time of 15:35.06. Andy Mays was the previous record holder with a 15:46. Noah broke his own record this past weekend at Centerville Saturday Night Lights Meet, time of 15:28. So really some great work there by Noah. The next home football game, it'll be the final home football game, the final regular season game. That'll be on October 20th. And it's going to be on that Friday night as the Indians host Fairborn. It's going to be senior night for the band, the cheerleaders, football team festivities for the recognition start at 6:15. A reminder that on WPTW coming up tomorrow, it'll be Ohio State against Maryland. That's going to be one of the big noon kickoffs. So that'll be on WPTW beginning at noon tomorrow. As far as our high school programming, next week, Piqua going to be at Sydney. That'll be the final road game of the season. And we'll be on the air, radio only, on WPTW beginning at 6:45. So lots of things going on right now. As we look at the second half coming up here, Brian Gillespie, I keep saying, what do the Piqua Indians need to do? Well, they need to keep playing a good defense, and they've just got to find the end zone.
Somehow, some way, maybe a kick return, whatever it takes. I don't, maybe turn Xenia over and return one for a touchdown. They just have to figure something out because they have had something go wrong constantly this year when it matters the most.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a 4-minute radio break here. We'll keep it here for TV, but a 4-minute radio break. We're at the half, 7-3. Xenia leading Piqua, and you're listening to it on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation station.
We conclude tonight's show with a heavy metal hit from 1991, where the main characters lurk in your room at night and will invade your dreams. Written by Kurt Hammett, James Hetfield, and Lars Ulrich on their self-titled fifth album, Piqua, we present Inner Sandman.
Now back at halftime here on a big night. As 7-3 the lead for Xenia over the Piqua Indians on homecoming night, also the night that they have celebrated both the alma mater and the 90th birthday of the alma mater and the pep song for the Piqua Indians. We'd like to thank the sponsors on TV for their participation this year. Kathy Henney, Little Caesars, Buffalo Wings and Rings, Dick Lumpkins, This and That's Candy on Main, Harmony Systems, Crayex Corporation, Edison State, Dr. Littlejohn, Morris Comfort System, Atlanta Sportswear, 36 Skate Club, and Lebanon Meringue Boutique. And our radio sponsors for this year: Smitty's Bicycle and Locksmith Services, Sunset Meats, Alley and Bradle, Jameson and Yanesee Funeral Home, Morris Comfort Systems, Piqua Lumber, Melcher Sours Celebration of Life, and Bushnell's. We thank them all for being with us here, both television and radio, during this 2023 campaign. Piqua Indians are already out there and doing their exercises as they get ready here for the second half. Reminder, you can catch the Bill Nees Coaches Show every week on Spectrum Channel 5, as well as the Indian Nation station on YouTube. The show features highlights from the game tonight, preview of next week's game with Sydney. In addition, Coach Nees will feature senior football players breaking down the Indians' season. The cheerleaders had a great competition at the Tri-Village competition a couple of weeks ago, claiming first place in the competition division and third place in the game day division. Girls head to Eaton High School next weekend, so we wish them luck there. Congratulations to the Pride of Piqua Marching Band as they competed last Saturday at the Grove City Band Competition. Received a superior rating and qualified for state once again. So keep up the great work. Pride of Piqua, which we get to see each and every week right here on the Indian Nation station, and we get to hear it on WPTW. So the Piqua Indians is going to have the ball to begin this second half of play, a golden opportunity. We've seen them have it before and not be able to take advantage so far this year. This would be a huge situation for them to actually take advantage of.
This drive will be the biggest drive of their season so far, because if they can put some points on the board and flip the pressure, because again, you want to put some pressure on the other team, flip that pressure to Xenia and make them feel the pressure of being behind in a game like tonight. If they can do that, they've got to be consistent, no penalties, no turnovers, play good, solid football, and they got a shot to win this one.
So we're getting ready here. The Piqua Indians will be receiving the ball. And we wait and see as they come out. We'll try to take a look here and see who is going to be back there and deep to receive this one for Piqua. We have not seen Rayshawn Garrett tonight, have we?
Yeah, I don't know that I have seen him tonight, so that he may be, well, not on offense.
No.
He may be playing some defense, but I don't know that we've seen him on offense.
Nope. So getting ready for the kickoff here. The Xenia Buccaneers will be working right to left here in our third period, as the ball is going to be taken over on the far side of the field. It is Rayshawn Garrett
right on cue.
Yep. So we hadn't really seen much out of Rayshawn, but he gets a nice little run back there. And the Piqua Indians is going to take over now, 1st and 10 with the ball at the 32-yard line, their own, as we begin this second half of play. Piqua comes in with just the one win. Xenia with 4 wins, but they have lost 3 in a row. Piqua coming out here
those corners have to be falling asleep. I mean, they haven't had to cover anybody tonight. So, maybe you hit one on a pass at some point.
Ty Warner out of the gun will give the ball to Jericho Burns. Burns, maybe, I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be it. In there on the stop, you got Torian Hill, the outside linebacker. He did pick up maybe a yard. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Half a minute gone in the 3rd period. Piqua with one wide out to the left. They're working between the hash marks now. 2 wide out to the right. Kai Warner's going to keep the ball, try and follow some blocking. It just wasn't there. He is going to be inundated. Lewis Freeman, defensive lineman, comes through to get him.
See, this is where Xenia has made some adjustments here, so Piqua needs to adjust what they're doing on their offensive side because they've adjusted to the run game now. I think you either have to get it on the perimeter or you have to throw it a couple times to keep them off balance.
Picks up a couple. It'll be a 3rd and 7. Piqua trailing Xenia 7-3 as we begin the second half of play. Take Coleman in the slot near side. You got Roman Medley wide to the right. Carson Hawk on the left side, rolling near side. Here is the pass, incomplete, looking for Tate Coleman from Kai Warner. And that takes us to 4th down, and again, an opportunity goes by the wayside.
Well, that's one of those things, you want to be able to throw the ball, but he's on a dead run on the roll, and he tries to throw across his body a little bit and, not accurate. So as much as you want to throw it, the accuracy and the completion rate is very low for this team on passes.
Hayden Barker standing back at his own 21-yard line to punt. 10:28 left to go here. This punt is going to roll and roll and roll. It's going to be a dandy. It's going to roll down to just about the 10-yard line.
I'm not sure if they were up too close, but man, 21, I thought he might run back there and corral that and run with it. He had forever, but he just let it sit. And that puts Xenia in a tough spot at their own 10-yard line.
So deep in their own territory, the ball at the 10-yard line, that is where the Buccaneers are going to take over. And yep, what we're seeing is we're seeing Rashawn Garrett out there on defense, working there as one of the defensive backs. They give the ball to the running back, who takes it right up the hash mark. That is Elijah Johnson. Johnson, 2nd in the league coming into this game with 774 yards on the ground. He'll pick up a couple there. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Less than 10 minutes to go in the 3rd period. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the right. H-back on the right side. They throw over to the right side. That ball is intercepted. Coming up with John Hess. The ball was tipped. Hess brings it back to the 9-yard line, and Piqua now has an excellent opportunity.
I told you, if those linebackers get enough depth, he kept throwing that ball over the middle. That time Schaller got one of his paws up there and knocked that thing in the air, and Hess finished the play. That's a huge defensive play for the Piqua Indians. That was, he stares at his receiver a little bit, and that Piqua made him pay right there.
1st and goal to go from the 9-yard line for Piqua. Piqua coming out. Now they're going to send Joey Bosco wide to the left. 2 wide to the right. Caden Thomas is the outside man there. The back is going to be Jericho Burns. And now, timeout is going to be called by the Piqua Indians. We're going to take a break here, 30-second break on radio. 7-3, Xenia leading Piqua. Piqua threatening. You're on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation Station.
First place trophies throughout the 2023 campaign. The team qualified for the large Centerville Saturday Night Lights meet last weekend and performed well. Junior Noah Berg finished third overall with just missing first place by 2 seconds against some of the top runners in the state of Ohio and Kentucky. The girls and boys team will host the MVL Championships next Saturday morning at Alexander Stadium with the first race starting at 9 a.m.
So on a 1st and goal to go, ball at the 9-yard line. Piqua out of the timeout that they called. They work the left hash mark. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. It's going to be Kai Warner keeping the ball. Turns the corner, tries to find room, tries to dive down. He gets down to about the 1-yard line before he is knocked out of bounds there. Among those in on the stop, Ronnie Butler.
That's a nice adjustment there. They faked it and they got out on the perimeter, and that, you know, they got Xenia caught up in the inside because they've been sitting on those inside runs.
Gage Gamble is now the running back. It is going to be Kai Warner. Looked like he got in. Did he get in? Touchdown. It's touchdown, Piqua. On the 1-yard run, Kai Warner.
Huge touchdown right there. Talk about a momentum swing right there. Great interception, ends up in 6. We'll see if they can close it out with an extra point here.
Piqua with their first lead of the night. They lead at 9-7 now. On for the extra point. Joshua Heath. Kate Coolman the holder. Spot down. Kick is up. Kick is good. With 9:16 left to go in the third, Piqua leading Xenia 10-7.
Well, there's that pressure now. They're going to start to feel a little bit of pressure, start to think about their 3-game losing streak, start to press maybe a little bit, and Piqua might be able to take advantage again. And you can see a little strut, a little, you know, swag in the step here for Piqua right now. They're feeling good about themselves, and that's good to see because it's been a rough year.
Yeah, you could just see some with that touchdown. They've been at such a premium, just the emotion from the team, much more than I think you would see on just a normal touchdown.
Yeah, it's been so hard to come by this year, that especially the last handful of games. You know, scoring a touchdown is like 1,000,000 points for them.
So Joshua Heath to kick it off left to right. That all set up by the interception there by John Hess. It was a 1st and goal to go then, and the ball off the tee. Joshua Heath has to come in there and set it up once again. 9:16 to go in the third. 10-7. Piqua leads. Looking for their second win of the year, and the ball blows off the tee once again.
Cold front blowing in. I'm telling you what, it's going to be winter or real good fall weather tomorrow. High in the 50s. You can see that its wind is blowing in a cold front for sure.
Aiden Williams is going to hold the ball, and we can see there was a little bit of debris that was floating by, and we could see how much the wind was blowing there. Heath sends the ball down. It's going to go through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20. That's where Xenia going to take over 1st and 10. 9:16 to go here in this third period.
Special congratulations to Junior Noah Berg for
the
Xenia
Xenia team 1 year ago 10-0 during the regular season, and then wound up losing, I believe it was in overtime, to Little Miami in the first round of the playoffs. And then this year started off with 4 straight wins. They've lost 3 in a row. They've got the ball on the near hash mark. The quarterback, that's Gavin McManus. They're going to send the back in motion. They'll throw to him, and off the fingertips
that throws
there
behind
of
him.
Elijah Johnson.
Oh my goodness, that ball was thrown, in my opinion, was thrown behind him as a swing pass, and the running back just quit on it, so the referee decided to call it incomplete. That was a break for Xenia because that looked like a behind, that pass looked behind him.
That brings up a 2nd and 10 now, ball at the 20. One man split to the wide side of the field on the right side. Man in motion now sets up. Another man in motion as they'll give the ball to the running back, and it's going to be Johnson. Elijah Johnson picks up a yard, not much more than that. Well, they're going to spot it out at the 22, so it'll be 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Martin and Gamble both gave him a nice little hit there and wrapped well. Now 3rd and 8, you can see slouching a little bit of Xenia doesn't feel so good about themselves right now, and Piqua is feeling a lot better about themselves after that turnover.
So now with 3 wideouts to the right side, everybody on the left side, you send a man in motion. Back the pass. Here's McManus. It is complete to Solis. Solis gets the first down. Solis is finally pushed out of bounds on the far side by Owen
coming back,
Schaller.
I think.
But we got the flag. It's going to be illegal shift is the call against Xenia.
That's another huge penalty that nullifies a really nice gain for a first down for Xenia. They're struggling with those illegal shifts. They like to do motion, but it feels like 2 guys are moving a lot at the same time.
So that'll bring it back to the 17-yard line.
Now you're at 3rd and 13. This is not an easy feat right here under some pressure. There seems to be some confusion amongst these receivers on these plays.
But this is a good passing team. McManus alone in the backfield. Sends a man in motion, left to right. Looking over the middle. It is too tall for the intended receiver. And threw into basically triple coverage that time.
Ooh, Kai Warner, man, almost had it. He's looking at his hands going, what in the world happened? Because that one was a chance right there. It was a little high for his receiver and for Kai, but definitely probably was catchable.
Zane Mercer was the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down. That'll bring on the punter.
They'll bring up 4th down and 13 for the Buccaneers, with the ball spotted on their own 17.
And that looks to be Trenton Lee. Yep, it's Trenton Lee out there. It's not who we thought would be doing most of the punting. This ball is going to drop at the 50 and roll another 4 yards down to the 46-yard line. It's a good field position here for Piqua as they begin their 3rd drive of this period. The first drive, they got it at the beginning of the half. The next drive, they got the ball on a 1st and goal to go from the 9 off a pick. And here they go with good field position at the 46.
Well, let's see if they can sustain a drive and get points off a little bit of a longer drive rather than on the short field. You know, take some of that clock away, put even more pressure on Xenia.
8:05 to go, 3rd period. Kai Warner's going to keep it, bounces to the outside, finds a hole across the 50. He's down across the 40 and is knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say he went out of the 39-yard line. I thought he got a little bit more yardage than that, but that's where they're going to spot the ball in the near hash. Working it an H-back, Carson Mars up just off the line. 2 wideouts to the left side, outside man Carson Hawk. They'll give it to Jericho Burns. Burns down to the 30-yard line before he is wrapped up there. Man who comes in and stops him. That's Torian Hill, the outside linebacker.
Xenia's defense is not quite the steam they had on them earlier. The momentum has definitely shifted.
On a 2nd and 2, again Jericho Burns, he gets the first down. Gets it down to the 18-yard line before Lewis Freeman wraps him up, takes him down. 1st and 10, Piqua with 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Burns slipped through a small gap there. There wasn't a lot of space, it looked like, but he managed to slip through and get that first down.
Working that right hash, Roman Medley wide to the right. Tate Coleman slot left, outside left. Again, that is Hawk here. Goes Jericho Burns. He'll get it down about the 20-yard line. pickup of 3 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Less than 7 to go in the third. The Indians looking over to the sideline, getting the signals in. Now out of the gun. They give it to Jericho Burns again. Jericho, he'll pick up a little bit of yardage on this, but not a whole lot. He gets maybe a couple of yards on the play. And that'll bring up now a 3rd down and 5.
Now this is a big call here because you want to, at the very least, give yourself a doable 4th down, because with the wind whipping like it is, I'm not sure how many more field goals you're going to have to kick. I think you got to get yourself in good 4-down territory here.
Jericho Burns off the right hip. Quarterback Kai Warner.
If not, just get a touchdown on this play. Let's do that.
Again, Kai Warner's going to keep the ball. He's not going any place this time. He's taken down. Ronnie Butler comes through and gets him at the 20-yard line. So that is going to take it back. They spot the ball actually at the 19. So a favorable spot there for Piqua.
It's a tough call here. They don't like to throw the ball. Well, what do you dial up here as a run to get yourself a 1st down?
So going for it. Jericho Burns off to the left of the quarterback. Kai Warner going to keep the ball. Kai Warner, he gets the 1st down, down to the 12-yard line, maybe the 11.
Miracle worker Kai Warner right there, because he looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, spun off, dove for that thing, and just got it by about a yard, it looked like.
So let's take a look at that one again. Okay, back live. This time they're going to go up the middle with the running back. A couple of yards there by Jericho Burns.
Tackle made by number 65, Gabe Funk.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down now. 2nd down and 8. 4.5 minutes to go in period number 3. Piqua Indians now using the left hash mark.
I think sometimes those passes that turn into runs are some of Piqua's best, most effective plays this year, even when we went back to early in the season.
Kai Warner rolling right. Gonna keep it. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Tackled at the 1.
Right on cue. I think that was a rollout pass, turn run. They've just had some really good success when the quarterback just decides to keep it in a passing play.
It'll be a 1st and goal. They say went out at the 3. Now they're lighting up with Gage Gamble off to the left side of quarterback Kai Warner. H-back is Carson Mars. And Kai's not going to get any place. He's going to lose some yardage there. May have gotten back up to the 5-yard line, but that'll be a loss of a couple.
Gabe Funk with the tackle.
And we're now being told that this is actually a 4th down coming up here. So that was not a 1st down that we saw earlier. We could not see it on the monitor.
We have 4th and 1 here.
So with 2 wideouts to the left, Gage Gamble to the right, and Piqua's going to call a timeout. Piqua going to call a timeout. We're going to keep it here with 3:19 left to go in the third. Okay, and we apologize. We weren't able to see that they did not move the chains. Thought it had moved to 1st and goal. It did not. So now it is going to be a 4th and 1 situation coming up here.
Well, this has been the Kai drive. I imagine he'll probably get to keep it again here. It's just a matter of where he's going with it, whether he's going right, left, or up the middle. It's only 1 yard. You'd think you'd have a good shot at keeping it. and getting it there with 1 yard, but you just never know.
So the Piqua Indians with the lead at 10-7, 3:19 to go in the third. Trying to add to that, it'll be a 4th and 1. So they are just now breaking the huddle, coming in from the sideline. It'll be Carson Hawk wide to the left in the slot. Tate Coleman, right side. Roman Medley. Gage Gamble, the running back. Kai Warner, quarterback. Carson Marsh just off the line, looking as a blocker. Here goes Kai Warner in for the touchdown.
He deserved that one. He worked his tail off to get him to that goal line. That, and I figured they'd let him keep it. And man, they gave him a hole. I'm not sure he was touched on that play.
So Kai Warner on the short run gives Piqua a 16-7 lead. Kai Warner just taking it right up the gut there. And now Joshua Heath with the extra points. It is up and through and good. 17-7 with 3:16 to go. Let's take a look once again.
Indians 17, the Xenia Buccaneers 7.
Here it is. As Kai Warner just took it right up the middle, the offensive line making a nice big hole for him there. And the Piqua Indians now lead it 17-7, 3:16 to go. And once again, we're going to keep it here right now. Joshua Heath getting ready to kick off once again. Well, the playoff hopes are still kind of...
There's oxygen in the tank. They're still popping here. The problem is they put themselves at a spot where they don't have a lot of great wins, so they're really behind the 8 ball, but they still got a chance. Like they say, so you're telling me there's a chance.
Yep.
And there indeed is a chance. With a win over a 4-3 team, that helps. If they can get this, if they can finish this off, that would be huge.
Aiden Williams again going to hold the ball there on the tee as it's going to come down and head into the end zone for the touchback. That'll bring it out to the 20-yard line here. And the Piqua Indians right now, depending quite a bit on that defense, which is shown fairly well tonight and much of this season. We have talked about some of the failures there when they haven't necessarily tackled well or when they've given up the big play. Right now, they have that 17-7 lead, and it is going to be huge the rest of the way tonight. So, going right to left, the Buccaneers. They'll give the ball Elijah Johnson. Johnson stacked up at the line of scrimmage, driven back. Several the blue shirts in on them there, including Aiden Williams, the defensive end.
Credit to that Piqua defensive front. They've really kind of closed those gaps that Xenia had in the running game in the first half and have made it very difficult on them to run inside the tackles, which was what they were doing with ease in the first half.
That brings up second down. Picked up a yard, so second down and 9. Again, Xenia working out of the pistol with 2 men wide to the near side, 1 to the right side. Now a man in motion. They flip the ball to that man in motion. And with it, that's Elijah Withers. But he picks up just a couple of yards before the Indians are able to take him down to bring us to a 3rd down and 7.
3rd and long, that's where you want them, but they also have been pretty effective throwing the ball. Again, look for those over-the-middle passes. Try to take those away, get another pick.
So, on 3rd and 7, they throw out on the near side. Withers again. Withers is taken down by Gage Gamble at the 34-yard line, but that'll be enough there for the first down for Xenia. Inside 2 minutes to go in the third, 17-7. Piqua with the lead on the Buccaneers.
I think you're going to see a lot of passing going forward for Xenia. I think they've been most effective probably with their passing game, and I think that they're going to need to pass it being down 10 points. but they are a little confused sometimes, these receivers, where they're supposed to line up.
3 men wide to the right side, 1 left. Again, out of the pistol. They give the ball to Jace Jones, and Jones going to be driven back. We'll see. I think his forward progress probably got him maybe 2 yards on the play. Yep.
Owen Schaller absolutely stood him up and then drove him back 5 yards. Impressive hit by the young man.
So on a 2nd and 8, ball at the 36-yard line of Xenia. Xenia again, Withers in motion. Looking over on a quick hitter on the far side. That ball is complete. They get it to Solis. Solis gets first down yardage across midfield down to the 45. And before Owen Schaller will stop him there. They spot the ball at the 46-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground this time. They give it to the back.
There's just no space for him in there. Piqua, I don't know if they've changed their, made some adjustments there on their splits, but those D tackles are holding their ground, and there's just nowhere to run this second half.
Elijah Johnson was the ball carrier, and he picks up a yard to bring up a 2nd and 9. Withers in motion. Now comes back to the near side. They give it to Johnson again.
Jace Jones, your ball carrier.
And make that Jace Jones. So they're splitting Jace Jones and Elijah Johnson. Elijah Johnson's out of the game right now. Jace Jones. And that's going to be the end of period number 3. Piqua with a 17-7 lead on Xenia. We go to our 4th quarter right after this break here on 98.1 FM 1570 WPTW and the Indian Nation Station.
Brooklyn Black, Allie Cathcart, Kaylee Tillman, Maya Evans, McKenna Watson, Kamari Evans, Grace Voskuhl, Devea Cooper, Piper Croft, Elena Hubley, Berkeley Webster, Dylan Weatherly, Brianna Cox, and Sophia Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your varsity cheerleaders.
As we get ready for the 4th quarter, they're going to go to the back once again. Let's see. He's going to be close to the first down. It looks like he's got enough yardage there this time. And that was Jace Jones, who was the ball carrier. They haven't moved the chains yet. Yeah, now they're signaling first down. So first down to the 36-yard line.
It's a big drive for Xenia. If Xenia can score, then they kind of flip the pressure back onto Piqua, only up 3, and then you change the momentum of the game again. But if they can't get on the board here, then that would make it very difficult for Xenia to win this game.
So now with 1 man to the right, 1 to the far side of the field. Now timeout is going to be called here. And Xenia calls that. We're going to take a 30-second radio break here. 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation Station.
For years, we've continued to lose our best and brightest students to other universities. They're going off to major in fields like business, education, nursing, and engineering, even taking classes online. And they couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier either. After all, that's how we planned it. With Edison State's Bridge to Bachelor's degree program, you can get your 2-year degree and core classes at Edison State and then easily transfer to a state school. Save thousands of dollars and get the same great education with Edison State.
Out of the timeout is called by Xenia. 11:28 to go in the 4th period. 17-7. Piqua with the lead on Xenia.
Please correct.
Xenia with the ball. It'll be a first and 10. With the ball. Yeah, they haven't put it down yet. Now they do. They put it at the 36-yard line of Piqua. So again, 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Out of the pistol. Quarterback is Gavin McManus. Man in motion, Withers. They'll give the ball to Johnson in the back. He is going to be wrapped up and hogtied. John Hess is in there for the stop. Buccaneers, under third-year coach Maurice Harden, likes his teams to play fast and physical. Johnson goes out. Into the ball game comes Jace Jones as the back, setting up 2 yards behind the quarterback. Now they got 2 men stacked on the line on the right side. They'll give it to Jace Jones. Jones down to the 30.
Handoff goes number 8.
And he is taken down by Zayden Allen, the sophomore linebacker.
Got a third and a couple here. Again, Xenia ideally wants to be able to mix and match rushing and passing. They've done a pretty good balance there. Piqua needs to get some pressure on the quarterback if they can and get a sack and stop that running game.
Here on 3rd and 4. They'll go to the back again. And this time it's Jace Jones. And he's going to be short by a yard, so it'll bring up a 4th and 1. So a huge defensive play coming up here for the Piqua Indians. 9:59. They go in the game. Piqua leads at 17-7. They're stacked up, and let's see where they spot the ball. I think he's got it.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know because
there's a flag. And we're told there is no flag now.
I don't know. He got folded up in the backfield. I don't think he got that. It looked like he collapsed in the backfield.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
And I'm not so sure they got it. I think this is even a generous spot where they put it. If you watch where 16 goes down in the backfield, he either slipped or just got pushed backwards by the defensive lineman.
Well, let's see. Here it goes. I think it may be short. It is short. It is Piqua's football with 9:45 to go here in the 4th period. 17-7. Indians the lead on the Buccaneers of Xenia.
Big time play by the defense right there on a 4th and short. Not a very effective tush push, as they call it. They call it about a million different things nowadays, but was not very well executed by Xenia.
There are a lot of people that don't like that particular play.
I'm not a fan of it. No. I think they should get rid of it.
It's more what? A rugby play.
Yeah.
So Piqua, they're going to be trying to take the time off the clock, and here they go, keeping it on the ground. It is going to be Jericho Burns. Burns twists and turns his way, maybe picks up a yard.
They need to keep that. They were trying to rip that ball out as much as they can. It's very important ball security here by these running backs for Piqua.
Well, he got more than I thought. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 coming up here. Piqua keeping that play clock and game clock just running down as much as they can. In no hurry right now. On a 2nd and 7, Kai Warner. He's going to keep the ball. Kai Warner is going to be taken down. Kai Warner taken down by Stacy, Alex Stacy, the inside linebacker, and Ronnie Butler, the linebacker as well. So lost a yard on the play. That'll be a 3rd and 8. And not what the Piqua Indians want to have to face here. We'll see what they're able to dial up. 10-point lead for Piqua. 8:25 to go. Kai Warner. He'll keep it again. He bounces to the outside. He finds some running room. He gets the first down. Knocked out of bounds at between the 38 and 39 yard line, right there at the 39. First and 10, Piqua.
That was just Kai Warner being Kai Warner and outrunning that defense on the edge there.
So first and 10, Piqua. We hit 8 minutes to go. Carson Mars is the H-back just off the line. 2 men wide to the right, 1 to the left. They give the ball. Jericho Burns, he's spun to the turf.
Burns, your ball carrier.
Coming through to get him that time.
Credit number 35.
That was Cecil Piner.
With the tackle.
We've heard his name quite a bit tonight.
Yep, particularly early in the ball game.
Yeah, that looked like a run blitz on that one, and they timed it up perfect.
Loss of 1 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down coming up here for the Piqua Indians. 7:15 to go.
Squeezing that clock as much as they can.
Homecoming night here at Alexander Stadium. Kai Warner keeps the ball. Kai Warner dancing around, and he's taken down. Lewis Freeman, first one to get to him, but there were several players there as he couldn't find any running room at all.
Stop for the Buccaneers, number 50.
And that takes the ball back a couple of yards. It'll now be a 3rd down and 12. Piqua. Now with a man in the slot near side. 1 man to the right. 3rd and 12. Rolling near side. Looking. Trying to find a hole. Taken down at the 39-yard line is Kai Warner. In to stop him. Again, Piner. So that brings up 4th and long. That'll bring the punting unit on here. Well, not quite yet.
I'm not sure what they're waiting on here. They're just going to run it down and then call a timeout? Looks that way.
Yeah, I would imagine that is what they're going to do. So, as the time rolls down, 5:36, and now the timeout is called by Piqua. And that'll bring the punting unit on here. So let's take a 30-second break. 17-7, Piqua leading Xenia. 5:35 left to go. It'll be a 4th and 10 coming up here on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation station.
Dr. Littlejohn believes that clear vision begins with regular comprehensive eye exams. His friendly and professional staff will make you feel welcome in his office located at 8090 Looney Road. With our great selection of stylish eyewear, our licensed opticians will help you pick the perfect pair of glasses. Dr. Littlejohn participates in many vision plans. Call us at 937-606-2772 to schedule your next eye exam. We look forward to seeing you soon.
As we come back to action, 5:35 left to go. Piqua 17, Xenia 7. Punting unit is on a 4th and 10. Hayden Barker standing back at his own 25-yard line. Calls out the signals. Good snap, no rush. Ball comes down, takes a Piqua bounce. It is going to come down and be down at the 15-yard line. So Xenia starting fairly deep in their own territory, trailing it by 10. And they'll have it there 1st and 10 from the 15.
Well, they only have 2 timeouts left, so they can't just, they're going to have to get going and get going fast here. Probably have to throw the ball most downs here. They don't have a lot of leeway here to do a ton of running the ball.
Elijah Johnson, the running back, as they set up in the pistol. Gavin McManus, the quarterback, looking to throw. Throws over on the left side. No one was near that one. That brings up a 2nd and 10.
He was under some duress there.
McManus's
there didn't seem to be a receiver in the area. They might have been intentional grounding there, but they gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Now on a 2nd and 10 from the 15. McManus to pass. And again, looking for Johnson this time. And that one was about 2 feet wide of the intended target. And I'll tell you what, Johnson's quick enough. If he'd have gotten that one, he might have been off to the races. But instead, it's going to be a 3rd and 10 from the 15.
Seems like Xenia's a little bit rattled at this point. They're not handling the pressure very well. And again, that's why if you can grab a lead in these games, it changes everything for the other team.
And they go with 3 wide near side, 2 to the left, empty backfield. McManus looking. He's going deep this time, looking, and overthrows the intended receiver.
Pass intended for Sean Fishwick goes incomplete.
And looks like he was looking for solace that time.
And on the coverage for the Buccaneers.
So that brings up 4th down now. 5:06 to go. 4th and 10.
They really didn't give themselves much choice here. This deep in their own territory, you can't go for 4th and 10 even if there's only 5:06 left.
Trent Lee is back to punt, standing at his own 1-yard line. Here's a snap. It's a low one. Gets it away. It's not a particularly great kick, but it's got a good roll. And then it is picked up by Rayshawn. Bringing it back here. Garrett with it. He gets it up to the 40-yard line. Oof. Almost a disaster as he touched the ball as it was bouncing over his head. He touched it, had to go back and get it, and then gets it back out there. So that winds up not being that bad of a punt. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I think the wind must have caught that one.
Well, earlier in the game, didn't we talk about how they needed a few breaks to go their way? Just, that hasn't happened for them this year. And that right there was a break because, man, that thing got bounced higher than you ever could have imagined. That could have been and easily been fumbled and the Xenia ball. So a little bit of a break there for the Piqua Indians.
Medley wide left. Coolman in the slot. Kai Warner's going to keep it. Kai Warner up. I think he got it to the 44-yard line. Indeed, that's where they're going to spot the ball. And that'll bring up a 2nd down.
Looking for tonight's 50-50 ticket winner worth $315.
4.5 minutes to go. Piqua with a 10-point lead. Carson Hawk is going to be wide to the left. That's the short side of the field. 2 men split wide right. Running back off the left hip of Kai Warner. Taking the clock down as much as he can. Kai Warner's going to keep the ball. Kai Warner's going to be wrapped up and taken down just that quickly. Coming in there to stop him, that was Jaden Caudill, the defensive end. And Xenia's going to use one of their timeouts with 3:58 to go. We'll take a 30-second break here. 17-7, Piqua leading Xenia with 3:58 left in this one here on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW and the Indian Nation Station.
How did you get here? Was it the region's leading cancer treatment? Or Premier Health's access to advanced research as a certified member of the MD Anderson Cancer Network? Maybe it was the support of family while you stayed close to home. Or maybe your cancer journey began begin with a much more personal question.
Ready to get started?
Let's do this.
It's a 3rd and 8 for the Piqua Indians. 3:58 to go. 17-7, the Indians with the lead. Here it goes with Kai Warner. Warner takes it up the middle. He gets it to the 45-yard line, not much more than that. And that'll bring up 4th down. So Piqua's going to have to punt the ball away here.
Leading the charge for the Buccaneer defense.
Looks like Xenia's going to hold on to that last time out and keep it in their back pocket here.
Clock is continuing to roll. Hayden Barker standing back at his 34-yard line. I'll make it to 32.
How gutsy would it be to run a fake punt right here and snap it to Kai? Not going to happen.
Nope. Fair catch called for at about the 25-yard line. Taking it was Zane Mercer. So now Xenia, with just 3 minutes and 7 seconds left to go, trailing it by 10.
3 minutes left in the contest tonight. It's your
The Piqua Indians have played well tonight. So they come out here. Elijah Johnson will be the back in the pistol.
They're going to have to put this one deep. They're going to have to throw a couple deep passes here, and that doesn't seem to be his specialty.
Back to pass, Gavin McManus. McManus with a short pass over on the far side and goes to Johnson, and Johnson is going to be taken down at the 29-yard line. Coming up off the bottom of the pile was Isaiah Martin. Clock continues to roll. Xenia with that one timeout.
A lot of time going off the clock here where they're calling their play. They're almost treating it like it's a normal down.
On 2nd and 6 off that pickup of 4. Again to pass, McManus, who is good at these little short ones. And this one is going to be caught by Solis over on the far sideline, then goes out of bounds. And actually that was Sean Fishwick. Sean Fishwick is able to pick that one up. So it'll be a 1st down at the 41-yard line, their own.
They were able to stop the clock, which is big.
2.5 minutes to go. 17-7. Piqua's lead. McManus throwing deep, and now they're going to call a pass interference against Piqua.
That might end up being a targeting call or unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not sure, because he did look like he might have hit him in the head.
Well, we'll wait to see here as the official getting the word from one of the other officials, the referee. They're still chatting it over. And there is an injured player out there on the field. So they're going to come back and give us the word here momentarily.
Timeout on the field. Field is a personal foul. Defenseless receiver on the defense will be enforced after the injury
It's a
timeout.
personal foul against a defenseless receiver. And you've got that receiver who is down on the ground right now. 2:23 left to go. So we keep it here. One of the officials over talking to Bill Neese right now to explain exactly what's going on. You know, it just, you hate to see that happen in a situation like that. You hate to see it anytime, but
that's a tough penalty to call. But it's, you know, a kid trying to go up and make a play. I don't think it was intentional, but you know, sometimes when you get them high like that, you know, and then a guy goes down injured, you're going to get that call. Unfortunately, that kind of gives Xenia a little bit of life, gives them 15 additional yards. Now they're sitting okay on this drive, but they still only have 2:23 to go. So they're going to have to score quick.
All right. So it's going to be a first and 10.
Defenseless receiver, that was 15 yards.
And the ball is at the 44-yard line. You just can't give them any yardage on these. It's going to be an empty backfield. Quarterback, Gavin McManus, he's just a junior. He's back to pass. He is going to be sacked. Coming through there to get him was Hayden Weigel.
Gavin McManus dropped in the
Big time play right there, because now you just tick, 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 tick. That clock just keeps running. They only have one timeout. Xenia's holding on to it. I'm not sure why, but they're holding on to it. Great play by Weigel right there.
So that brings up now a 2nd down and 13 on the loss of 3 on the sack. Again, back to pass. McManus looking, under big-time pressure, gets rid of the ball, finds a man at the 40-yard line, got the ball out there to Caden Jenkins, but that's going to be short, well short of the first down. That brings up 3rd down now with the ball at the 39-yard line.
Tell you what, he had to shake Weigel again. It was like a replay from the previous down. Weigel beat the right guard and almost had himself a 2nd sack in a row.
A minute 15 to go. Again, the empty backfield, working the right hash. 3 wide to the left. McManus back to pass. Again, pressure. Gets rid of the ball, and it is complete. Got it to Aiden Solis down around the 25-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 1:02 to go. They'll put the ball at the 24.
They are running the clock now because I don't think he got out of bounds. I think they got a first down, so they stopped the clock momentarily there.
Yeah, they moved the chains. They're taking their time. Back to pass again. They look. That ball is battered away.
Isaiah Martin, those big long arms, he got his hand on that one.
Isaiah Martin, the defensive end, 6'5", 221, the junior. That stops the clock at 39 seconds to go. Came through there and just filled up that lane big time.
Yeah. He's a tall kid. He's a big kid. He's a basketball player as well. 6'5" with long arms. That makes it hard to throw over that.
On 2nd and 10. McManus. Ball at the 24-yard line. Back to pass. Looking in the end zone. And incomplete. Looking for Aiden Solis. Back deep there on the coverage for the Piqua Indians, Rayshawn Garrett.
Great coverage.
Let's take a look at that again on our TV replay.
Nowhere to get him the ball. Garrett was right where he needed to be. If he does throw that on target, it's an interception. So, fortunate for Xenia there.
That brings up 3rd down. Two split to the left, 2 to the right. Short side of the field. Now Johnson in motion. Back to pass McManus. McManus looking over the middle. Almost intercepted. There is a flag on the play.
McManus's pass goes incomplete.
Illegal chop block, number 63 and 50.
A chop block. That'll go against the Xenia Buccaneers and take it back.
This is not looking good for Xenia at this point. 28 seconds left, only one timeout. Now they're pushed back to the 39. They're going to need a miracle in this situation.
So now the ball spotted at the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 25. Working the right hash again. This time they're going to go with Elijah Johnson as the back in the pistol. Too wide to the left. Back to pass McManus. Quick hitter over here on the near side. And Johnson gets the ball pushed out of bounds down at the 22-yard line. That is short of the first down. That'll bring up a fourth down. A fourth down and long, about fourth down and 8. With 23 seconds to go.
The game right here.
McManus out of the pistol. Throws over the middle. The ball is complete. Complete to Aiden Solis. Rayshawn Garris gets the tackle. Ball at the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal to go at the 8. Now they use their timeout with 16 seconds to go.
They have life. A little bit of life here. They're going to need a touchdown on the next play, and they're going to need an onside kick, a touchdown on the final play. I don't know. I don't like their chances, but we've seen crazy things happen in this league. So
now the Piqua Indians. Their only other win this year came on the road. That was at Greenville at the beginning of this 3-game road stand that they just came off of. They played so well in many ways against Troy, and then last week, that 1-point loss to West Carrollton. And here's Xenia, a team that started 4-0 this year, have lost 3 in a row now. And Piqua, they put 2 seconds on the clock.
Momentum is an amazing thing, I'll tell you what. You go from being rock bottom after a loss to West Carrollton last week, and tonight you come back and you play like this. You got to chalk it up to a great coaching effort by Nice and company. And these kids playing their hearts out.
First and goal to go from the 7-yard line. Looking in the end zone on the pass. Incomplete.
Pass complete to Solis.
Well, the clock is continuing to roll on the incompleted pass. Here is one in the end zone. That is incomplete. And the clock is done to 0-0-0. And the Piqua Indians have won for the second time this year. A hard-fought win against a decent Xenia team. Final score, Piqua 17 and Xenia 7. And down on the field now at midfield, it is the handshake line. This was a clean played game, and it was a hard-fought one. The Piqua Indians coming away with their second win of the year, 17-7, the final score.
Huge. I'll tell you what, it all changed at the end of that first half where they got that stop, despite them Xenia traveling down to get that, to grab that controlling lead. And then the second half comes out, bad offensive possession, then they turn them over, huge turnover. Then the rest was downhill for Piqua, and they rode that momentum to this huge win. So they still got a chance to get to that playoff spot, the number 16.
So, once again, final score, 17-7. Let's see if we can pick up perhaps some stats there. And what we'll go ahead and do, apparently we do have stats coming in here, so we will keep it here. Don't forget, next week, Piqua Indians back on the road. That'll be a radio game only. That'll be at Sydney beginning at 6:45 in 2 weeks. The regular season finale, Fairborn will be in here on senior night for all the cheerleaders, the band, and all the players as well. So that is going to be another big night. So here on homecoming, you've got the players, a lot of the fans gathered around as well, the cheerleaders. It has been a tough way to go. The band is playing down there as well, and a 17-7 win, Piqua over Xenia.
Well, we got some stats here. Huge second half, by the way, for Kai Warner. He finished with 81 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. It's on 23 carries. But man, he made some crazy good plays in the second half on those runs. The one particular I remember, a huge third down, and he spun off a defender and kept it going and then dove for a first down. That was a huge play. He ended up with 81 yards rushing. Jericho Burns actually led them in rushing with 85 yards on 17 carries. On Xenia's side, they had solid numbers. Gavin McManus threw the ball 21 for 31, had 226 yards and an interception. They couldn't get much going on in the second half. Most of their runners, 18 for 39 yards and a touchdown for Elijah Johnson. Jace Jones, 9 for 26, no touchdowns. So they kind of struggled in this second half. They couldn't get a whole lot going. Ronnie Butler led them with 9 tackles. On the Piqua side, Zayden Allen, 12 tackles, unassisted tackles, 13 total. And then you had Owen Schaller had 9, including a big mitt that he got on that interception to John Hess, who finished the play on that. So some huge plays in some clutch spots. Man, these kids deserve this. They stuck with it. They fought through some tough times this year. Huge win for the Piqua Indians.
Absolutely. Once again, next week, on the road again at Sydney, 6:45 pregame on 98.1 FM 1570 WPTW. And then in 2 weeks, back here at Alexander Stadium, Perk Field, for the regular season finale. That's when Fairborn comes to town. And we'll have that one for you, both on radio and WPTW and on TV, tape delayed. So, well, that was a fun one to do, my friend.
I'll tell you what, yeah, it's been a rough grind this year. It was fun to see the kids have some fun out there. You know, those seasons can be long, especially when you're losing from, you know, you're never going to have every season like the past 3 have been. And this season, this feels so much sweeter than even some of those wins in the past years, because you just got so used to it. You didn't feel that energy like they had. Every point they scored tonight, it was like you won the Super Bowl. Every touchdown you scored, and it meant that much more. And that's what high school sports are about.
So again, the final score: Piqua 17, Xenia 7. Piqua now goes on the season to 2-6, and in league play they are 2-5. And coming up next week, as we mentioned, it will be at Sydney. So for everybody involved here on both radio and TV, Clayton Hans keeping things going on the radio side at WPTW. For my broadcast partner, Brian Gillespie. For AJ Ganger and crew on Indian Nation TV, my name is Tom Michaels. I can't say it often enough. Piqua 17, Xenia 7. And you have been listening and watching here on 98.1 FM, 1570 WPTW, and the Indian Nation Station.